In this video, I'd like to show you how to use our software to produce translations for up to 5 different audiences in each target language. We define our audiences here in this dialog. We can define up to 5. I've defined 4. Churched adults, unchurched adults, churched children, unchurched children. And for each audience, there are 2 parameters that we vary. The first parameter is seen over here. Each of these checkboxes represents a different type of extra explanatory information that we add to our analyzed Bible books. Missionaries have found that when they're translating the Bible for newly literate people who are completely unfamiliar with Jewish culture during biblical times, it's helpful to include some extra explanatory information in the text. So we've identified 6 different categories of explanatory information: cultural information, situational information, historical information, background information, implicit subactions, and geographical names. And for each audience, you decide whether or not you want to include each type of explanatory information. For churched adults, we won't include any extra information in the translation. For unchurched adults, we'll include all of the types of explanatory information. For churched adults, we'll include just 4 of the categories, and for unchurched children, we'll again include all of the explanatory information. So this is the first parameter that we vary. The second parameter is the vocabulary that will be included in the translation process. So here again we have all of our audiences: churched adults, unchurched adults, churched children, and unchurched children. And for this video, I'd like to talk about the verb meaning to fast. The verb meaning to fast is a complex word. Many languages won't have a word meaning to fast. So in our semantic representations, we always say that someone doesn't eat so that they can pray. But if your target language has a word meaning to fast, then you want to include that word. So let's suppose our target language has a word meaning to fast, and let's say that the churched adults and the unchurched adults, they know this word. So we'll check these 2 boxes. But let's say that the children don't know this word. So we'll leave these 2 boxes unchecked. Now let's go here, and I'd like to start by showing the unchurched children translation. So it will include all of the explanatory information, but it won't use the complex word to fast. So the rules for this audience are updated, and I've set this up so that the extra explanatory information that's been included in the text is highlighted in blue. So here we have this noun phrase, a city named Susa. Churched adults probably know that Susa is a city, but for everyone else it's nice to include the fact that Susa is a city. It's not a village, it's not a desert, it's not a mountain, it's not a valley, it's a city. And then down here we have 2 more sentences that have been added to make the text easier to understand. When we click the Generate button, so here's our translation for unchurched children. Esther told Hathach to say to Mordecai, "Call all of the Jews who are in the city named Susa. Tell the Jews not to eat food for 3 days and for 3 nights so that they could pray. The Jews should pray that God will protect me. My servants and I also won't eat food for 3 days and for 3 nights so that we could pray. Then I'll go to the king. Although I'll be breaking the king's law, and although his guards might kill me, I'll go to him. And if I die, I'll die." So this translation includes this extra phrase, the city named Susa, and it also includes this sentence, the Jews should pray that God will protect me, and it also includes this sentence, although his guards might kill me. That's extra explanatory information that has been included for this particular audience. Now let's switch to another audience. Let's go to our unchurched adults audience. So it will use all of the explanatory information, and it will also include the complex concept to fast. So now the rules are updated for this audience, and we see that now the word fast is included in the semantic representation. Now the word fast doesn't occur in our analysis, but this has been inserted by what we call a complex concept insertion rule, because we've activated this concept for this audience. Now when we click the Generate button, So our translation for unchurched adults says, Esther told Hathach to say to Mordecai, "Call all of the Jews who are in the city named Susa. Tell the Jews to fast for 3 days and for 3 nights. The Jews should pray that God will protect me. My servants and I will also fast for 3 days and for 3 nights. Then I'll go to the king. Although I'll be breaking the king's law, and although his guards might kill me, I'll go to him. And if I die, I'll die." So this includes the complex word to fast, and it also includes all of the explanatory information. Let's switch to our churched adults audience. So none of the extra explanatory information will be included. So the rules are updated for this audience. Information is included, and we'll click the Generate button. So the translation for churched adults says, Esther told Hathach to say to Mordecai, "Call all of the Jews who are in Susa. Tell the Jews to fast for 3 days and for 3 nights. My servants and I will also fast for 3 days and for 3 nights. Then I'll go to the king. Although I'll be breaking the king's law, I'll go to him. And if I die, I'll die." So that's how we set up our audiences. We specify how much extra explanatory information should be included in the translation, and we also specify the vocabulary.